Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and we're going to work on some embellishments and pockets and things to go in our journal. This is the AJ journal. Now, I've got the cover done, and then I've got my pages kind of picked out, but I haven't done anything else. You'll see that when I do that. But right now we're going to work on some inside, some pockets, and I don't know, all different kinds of things. You can see I've got some of the digitals cut out. I've got some little pieces ready for some clusters, and I've got some pockets and things that I've cut out. So we're just going to start working on some of it. That way you can get an idea of what is going on. Now, we're also going to make some double pocket side flip notebooks. I hope I said all that correctly. This is a little bit different. I've not done one of these before, so we'll see what it turns out like. Now, the first thing that I did is I took some scrap paper, and this is some of the paper that come in the AJ kit, but you can use any paper that you want. Just because I mention AJ kit, don't think that that's something that you have to use. Use any paper that you want. This was 12 by 12, so use up some of that 12 by 12 paper. So I took a piece, and I'll tell you what size mine is, but there again, you need to use what size works for your journal. This one I cut at 8 inches, it was already cut. I trimmed it down to 8. And then, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5 looks like. So 8 by 6.5 on this one. This is going to be kind of a large piece. But, now, what I did was, I scored it, and I didn't measure this, and I didn't measure my score, but I went in and scored at, let's see, about 3 3/4. I just left enough right here to flip under. So this little piece is 5/8 of an inch, but you could leave a 1/2 inch, you could leave whatever. I just left a little piece. So all I did was just folded it over and left me a piece right here. This piece I folded back and then scored. So that's what we have right there. And I love this because it's got journaling places on the inside, so I really don't have to cover inside on that. Now we're going to put some pockets on here. So this is going to be, I think, my pocket for the front. And there again, I didn't measure. I had this scrap piece left. I just trimmed a little bit off of it right here and put me a little pull in the top and went from there. So you don't have to measure, just make it adaptable to you and to your journals. Don't go by my measurements because my measurements might not fit in your journal. Okay, so we're going to glue this down right here. And I'm just going to glue on the 3 sides. Right down through there. And I glue just as close as I can. There we go. And then you're going to press that down on the front or the back, whichever one you want to do first. I just chose to do this one on the front. I kind of like these two together for some reason. I guess that's because that's so dark and this is a pretty floral pattern. Now I just wipe off any excess glue there. Okay. And then you just want to press it down good and make sure that everything's adhered nice. So there's a pocket on the front. We can go ahead and do some embellishing up here if we want. Not sure, I may not have anything right here. Well, let's see. Oh, I like that with it. This was the free digital that came in your AJ kit. And I just trimmed this out. And it's got number 21 on it. That's how old Aaron was. With his birthday kit this month, on the 20th, he was 21. So we're going to put that right there. I love that. And Betty did these free digitals for us that came in your kit. And that matches that paper perfectly, doesn't it? Love that. Now, I may put a little label going right out through here. I'm not sure. Let me look and see what I have. Yeah, I think I'm going to put that label right there. These labels are from Tracy Fox. on Etsy, and she is Love Junk Journals, or you can just look up Tracy Fox and you'll find her. Love her labels, and she has a ton of them. So I think I'll put that a little bit closer to the top, like that. There we go. Now we'll come back and make a tag to go in there. I'm going to flip it over to the back, and I'm going to put this one down on the back. And this is another piece of paper that came in the AJ kit. I'll tell you what brand this paper is, just in case you might want to look for it. I don't know how available it is, but let me see. This is Simple Stories Color Vibe is the brand name, and it's from Simple Stories. So you can look that up if you want and see if you can find it out there anywhere. Put this one down here and make sure that it doesn't interfere with your fold there. You don't want anything to interfere with your fold. And let me grab a towel, press all that excess glue out. Alright, so there we go. We've got another pocket back there. Now I do want to put something up here as well, just like I did on the other one. So what shall we put? Oh, look. That works perfect. Perfect. Betty she did a fantastic job on these digitals, matching it up with our paper collection. So let's go ahead and put this down. Yep, there we go. So that is great. I love that. Now for the inside, I thought about leaving it like this, and then I thought, I want to put something else in there, I think. You know me, I never know when to stop. So I went ahead and took some of my scrap paper. This is just some of the scrap paper that I had left when I tore off to make some of those traveler's notebooks, I think. So that's some scrap paper. And I just put a few pieces together and then stitched it along the top. Now if you don't stitch, you can just glue it. You don't have to stitch. And then I am just going to glue that right there on that side. You could glue it over here. Let me see, do I want to glue it there? You know what, I think I want to glue it on this side, because if you glue it on this side, every time you open that, it's gonna flip out. But if you glue it on this side, I don't think it will. So you could glue it on either side, it doesn't matter. And I'm just gonna put a little glue right here at the top, right across my stitches. And then we're just gonna put that down right at the top. And I just made sure that they were not too wide. The pieces weren't too wide to go across the spine there, because you don't want to cover your spine up or go across it so that it doesn't fold up. Press that down real good. Now you could stitch through all of this if you wanted to, if you don't mind the stitches showing on the outside. I didn't want them showing on the outside, so I just did it that way. So that's going to stay glued down well. So you've got a little notebook here on the inside. This is going to be your journaling spot, but I am going to put a little something down here, just on the edge. And let's see, what might we put there? Okay, I think we'll go into this, and I might just want to put a little mushroom or something there. These are the vellum, they call them vellum stickers, that I got off of Amazon, but we do have some of these that are supposed to be here. Some of them came in, but it wasn't enough to really load, so we're waiting on more before we actually load them up. I think I'm going to go with that little one. I like that. I know I keep saying they're coming, they're coming. And we did get some of them in, but we didn't get the whole lot, so I want to make sure that we got enough when we load them up that I don't get fussed at because I don't have many. I usually get fussed at when people go over and things are sold out. They'll fuss at me and say, you didn't get enough. So don't want to get fussed at. Okay, Now I'm going to go ahead and put a little ink right here. That just helps me see my spine or my little fold. Makes it look a little bit more vintage too. Alright, so let's make some tags for the front and the back. I'm looking to see what I have right here. So I think I'm going to use some of my scraps. That way I don't have to cut into more paper and things. So I'm just going to look and see what scraps I might have available. Alright, this is just a piece of cardstock, and I'm going to use it to back some of this. I think I might just use this here. It's got the green in it. It's not even the same paper collection, but it'll work. It will work. Doesn't have to be the same collection. And I don't want it to come up over that, so I'm just going to let it be about that tall. So we shall trim this off. And I like to use my scraps when I can, instead of cutting into more paper. So that's why. It's one of my reasons. Now I want to make sure this fits, and it doesn't. How did I cut that so wrong? How did I go so wrong? I think because I allowed that I wanted to cut it off on that side a little bit, because that side was torn instead of trimmed. Yeah, that will work right there. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and back it with this. It would be okay like it is, but it's a little bit flimsy for me, and I like a tag to be nice and sturdy. But you could leave it just like this. This is a cardstock, or this is a pattern paper, not a cardstock. And it's sort of thick. It's out of the Vintage Diary collection. We do have more of the Vintage Diary ephemera. I noticed today that it's back in stock, and they're preparing to ship that. So we do have more of that that should be coming. It probably won't be here, what's today, Wednesday? May not be here until Monday. And I'm hoping the paper pack comes back in stock soon. They said they wasn't going to have any more, but I think they didn't realize how popular it was going to be, so they have done another production on it. Now I am going to use a tag that's right here in my scraps. Not scraps, but in my little stash here. I'm going to use that tag to trim the edges off, because I want these trimmed kind of narrow. And I've got a template, yes I do, but sometimes I misplace it, like right now, so I don't know where it is. Alright, I think that's what we're going to put in there. You could stitch around these if you want. I don't know that I'm going to stitch around this one. Okay, so that goes in there, and then I'm going to grab a... I'm going to grab a tab to put at the top. I'm going to get one of... I'm going to get one of Betty's, because she made some that were kind of small, and I liked that. I like the small ones for little tabs. Let's see. Nope, wrong color. Well, I'm going to flip them all over the place, right? That one might work. Let's see. See what else we've got here. Okay, I think I like that one a little bit better. Now, these were, I think she said these were actually from the Tab Punch, but what she did was she put them on her Brother Scan and Cut and kind of adjusted it, the template and that kind of thing, and then she sized them down. I don't know, you can ask her how she does these, but she sent me some that she had cut out, and I like the smaller ones for smaller tags, so that's why I'm going to use this one. And we'll put that right there. Like that. And I don't think I'm going to put anything down here. You could go ahead and put something down there if you wanted, but I think I'm going to leave mine plain. Now this tab, now this tag would actually fit back here, and I've already got this one cut out and back. So I may put that one back there. I'm not sure. Let me look. I may want to put a colorful one back there. And I'm thinking I do. Just to bring more color to that background. Let's do that. So let's see. I'm going to trim it about right there. And then maybe right there. And make sure that it fits. I always like to try and make sure it fits, because sometimes my gluing is all out of hand and it doesn't. It's a little bit big. So I'm going to trim it off on this side. See if that works. Yes, that works. Okay. Oh, come out. Now I am going to back this with that same cardstock. This cardstock is easy to write on, so it's a smooth cardstock, so I use that for a lot of my backing. Alright, this could be backings for little tags, so I won't throw that away. Now we'll use this little tag again to trim the top edges off. And then something else you can do if your tags are, if they're fitting tight and not really want to slide down in, you can also just round the corners on the bottom and they'll slide in a lot better. But I think mine's sliding in pretty good, so I'm going to leave that. And I'm going to grab a tab. Now, every time I pull this out, I have people who ask, can you make one of those? Can you show us how to make it? I didn't make this, Betty did. And she has I think she sells them in her Etsy store. And then she also does a video, I think, on one of these too. They're really nice for your embellishments and your little ephemera. So you can check her channel. Her channel is usually linked below. And you can see how to make those. Or you can purchase one from her store. I think she still sells some over there. I'm not sure. But I know she did. I think she also is having a giveaway. She just hit 500 subscribers. So she's having a giveaway. So you need to go over and see how you can enter that. Right there. Like that. Yeah, I like that color of that tab in with that. So then we'll slide that in there. And I feel like I need something here on this because that's kind of plain. So what shall we put? Does anybody know? I don't know. That's too big. That's too big. Well, that's not really too big, but it's got the same number 21 on it, so I don't want to use that again. What can we put? Let me look through my embellishments. Okay, these are some stickers that you got with your AJ kit. If you don't have these, just use what you have in your stash. Don't worry about saying, well, I can't do that because I don't have the AJ kit. You can do it with just what you have in your stash. And I think I might use this one. Let's see. Yeah, but before I put that down, I'm going to put a little piece of book page across there. I just feel like it calls for it. Well, if I can find my little piece of book page. I had it right here in my hand a minute ago. Let's see. Yeah, that'll work, won't it? It's a little bit long, so let's do the finger trim. So how are you guys? What are you doing? How's everybody for the summer? Are you in lockdown? Are you able to get around? I think some of Australia is back in lockdown again because of another strain. So I don't know. I guess we're pretty good around here. I don't know. I don't go without my mask, but other people do. I still wear my mask. But I see lots of people in town that don't have a mask on, and I don't know, I worry about that. But nothing you can do about it. They're going to do what they're going to do. Okay, let's put that right there, like that. Oh, I like that. I did put it a little crooked though, didn't I? Let's try. I don't know if it'll pull up without tearing everything. Tore my book page, but that's behind it, so it'll be good. So that on there, and then that is finished. And let me show you how it would go on your page. Let me just grab a page out of here. Let's just say this is the page that we want to put it on, which that might be because I like the looks of that. Then we're just going to glue it down right here. And then make sure that you got your opening the right way, and then I'm just going to lay it down, put it right up at the edge. And that is going to be my little flip. See? The little flip out. It's a double pocket notebook flip out. I need to write that down because I won't remember by the time I upload the video, will I? I like that. Now, we will have to reinforce this page just because this is a little bit heavier and this is plain copy paper. But I'll put a sheet of something down through here. That's not a big deal. I can do that. And then I can put something on the back as well. But you can see that you don't even have to cover that if you don't want to, because that's a nice color. And you've got a pocket here, and your notebook here, and then writing space there. I love that. Okay. Let's do another, and I'll just show you how to do it from start to finish. And we'll just do a little short one maybe. Okay, so this is kind of wide. This one is 7 and almost 3/4, so I don't really want it that wide. I'm just going to fold it about right there. And you can see my measuring. I just fold it. And then I don't want that much on the edge because that's kind of too much to fold back. So what we'll do is we'll trim some of that off, and I'll just leave about, that much. It's about, I don't know, a 1/2 inch, 5/8 inch, something like that. Save that little piece. You can always use that. And then this part I fold back. But now I do score that just because my folding back without scoring on paper like this is not too great. So I do score it, and I use my little center point 6 inch here because then I can make sure that I've got it scored the right way from top to bottom. And I just mark that with a pen. And then I just score right down through that. Like that. Now these little edges I do snip. I snip them in a little bit, just at a little bit of an angle. Like that. And like trim that off a little bit. Then you're just going to fold that back and reinforce it really well. So there is that one ready to go. Now my lines are running up and down this way, but that's no problem. It's still good writing space. All right, let's see what kind of pocket we want to put on here. I've got some scraps here. That would be pretty, I think. And if you wanted to put a little bit more color to the pocket, you could do that. But I think I'm just going to go with this. And I'm just going to trim it off right there. So any of those scraps are going to work. And I'm going to need another piece this same size to go on the back, so I'll just go ahead and cut this piece. Okay, that one will go there. And I'm just going to use my little circle punch to put a little pull there. And let's see, it's gonna go that way, so. And this may be sideways on this paper, but you know what? By the time we get through embellishing it, who will know? So we're not gonna worry about that. Okay. So just go ahead and ink around them. Then I'm just gonna flip it over and put this one on the back while we're gluing down. Okay, so we got our pocket there and our pocket here. I'm going to go ahead and ink around all of this. All right, now you can decide if you want to put something up here at the top. I think I will. But let's see if I know what. All right, I think I want to bring in a little pop of color, which this is blue and it's a light blue. It's not a lot of color. But I want to bring in just a little pop of color, so I'm going to put this up there at the top, like that. And then on the back, I think we'll use one of these across there. That will work. That'll bring another little pop of color to the top of that. And you could go ahead and put a little eyelet or something on the ends of that if you wanted to, or just a little dot of embellishment. That I put that down a little crooked again. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do there. I may put something here, and that might just be some vellum. Or a book page, piece of book page. Let's just do that. Just run that across there like that. That will work. And you could leave this open too for another little pocket if you wanted to. So see, if you left it open, you could have just another little tuck spot there for another little pocket. And on this one, I may just put a little piece of colored vellum, like that maybe. That's got the butterfly on there. I like that. And it matches that blue up there. Let's do that. And I'm going to grab this. Okay, there we go. Now you could do a lot more with this than just what I'm doing. I'm just showing you mainly how these are made and how quick and easy they are. And they're really, really cute. Now, I do have another notebook right here, but this one is a little bit big for that. So what we're going to do is see if I've got any smaller pieces in here. I may not have. I may not be able to put a notebook in this one while I got you guys on camera because it's going to be a lot of trimming. But you know how the notebook goes in. You know how I did the other one. You can do it like that, or you can just glue it all down. You can either stitch or glue. We could put a little short one in there. This is a little, just some little pieces. But I'd really rather have one a little bit longer. So let me see what I've got. I just tore some little pieces real quick, and these are from just some scraps that I had left over when I tore some pages out of a digital to make a journal. So I'm going to put that down right there. Now I'm going to stitch across this, but like I said, if you don't want to stitch, just go in there and put your glue right at the top of each one of the pages, glue it together, and then glue it down. Okay, we're going to glue that right there. Again, I'm just going to put a little glue right on the top, like that, and then we'll just glue that down. Alright, so there is another little notebook. Now on this one, I may use these tags. No, I won't either. They're too little. All right, what about these tags? I made up a bunch of tags the other day just because I had a little extra time. Well, I don't know if I had extra time or if I just did it. I just had them laying in front of me, and while a video was processing, I thought, why not just go ahead and do them? Put them on the backer sheets, cut them out, and they'll be ready. And now, we're glad we did. So let's go ahead and ink around this a little bit to cover up my white parts. Now these need a little tie of some kind at the top. So I probably won't put that on there right now because I don't know what exactly I want to use. But you can see how cute they are. I may put just some seam binding in there. I don't know. I'll have to look and see what I have and what I want to use. Okay, put those back over. I know we did get some seam binding in our kit, so I could use some of that, but I want to wait and look and see. I don't know what I want to use right now, but that is just another one. That's how quick and easy they are. Okay, I think I'll make one more since I have one more little notebook here that's sewn. So I might just make one more little one. Let me see if I have some scrap that I want to use for the pockets. Oh, I have this here. This is pretty. Yeah, let's cut a piece of that. So I'm going to cut it right there. Right there. And then we'll cut another one the same size. Okay, we're going to punch a pull in the top of these. And I want this one on the front for sure. I love that. That's pretty. I had to look twice at my writing on there because I thought I had already put the pull on the wrong end. But I didn't. So we'll put that one there. And then this one goes on the back. So you can mass make these once you get a few of your scraps cut. It's just a matter of putting this together. And we've got mowing going on outside, so you may hear a lawnmower. I think the neighbors know exactly when I start doing a video because they start mowing. There we go. With that one. And then, yeah, we do want to put something up there, don't we? What would that be, I wonder? Okay, I think we'll put this on this side, but I am going to tear a little piece of book page, I think, to go across there. I'm going to use some regular book page. Didn't want it too dark, so we're going to use this a little bit lighter. And tear that end off right there. And all you're doing is just basically giving it a little bit more interest. And pop that one in right there. And And then that is ready for the tag to go in there. And then I'm going to flip it over and put this one on. I don't think I'm going to get any of those other pockets made on this video. We'll have to come back and make them on another one because we don't want to make this one a couple of hours long. Okay, and then I'm thinking I might put this on here or this typewriter on here. What do you think? I think I'm going to do this. Save my typewriter for something else. Oh, I got FedEx knocking at my door. He can just leave the package and I'll go out and get it when I'm finished. I don't have anybody here today. Everybody decided today was the day to take off, which is fine. That's not a biggie. I just film when everybody takes off. Well, my hubby is still here and Bethany's here, but I ran them out. So I just film because we've got our other things done so far. And then I got to film, and then I'll have to turn around and do the newsletter that we'll send out tomorrow. And then we'll be in good shape, I think, hopefully. There is going to be a discount coupon in the newsletter that goes out tomorrow for particular items, so make sure that you watch for that. It'll just be for one item. It won't be for everything in the store. So don't email me and say it doesn't work because it's only going to be for one item. But it's an item that we've got quite a few of, and I'd like to move them if I could. So we will be, I don't know, we may put something else on sale too. Who knows? By the time I start the newsletter, I might decide that I want a lot of things on sale. Just watch and you'll see. And all of the items that we have from Ali right now, AliExpress, those will be going up. That'll be all new items. They'll be going up tomorrow. So you can watch for that. I'm going to clip off just that little bit of corner right there because the other one I accidentally clipped, so I want to match them. Now here's our little notebook. Put that down. I think in that package that the FedEx guys got out there, I have a couple of new collections that will be going up too. All right. Now let's see if we want to put something right there. I may just trim out this typewriter and put it down there. I think it'll be all right. And I want to use it anyway, so let's just use it there. I'd like to have a typewriter like that. I actually learned to type on one that was not like this, not this old, but it was one of those. It wasn't electric. It was one of those that you had to pull the bar back across. That's what I learned to type on many, many moons ago. When I went to school, typing was a requirement. I don't think it's a requirement anymore, but that was one of the things you had to learn. And then also you had to learn shorthand, or at our school you did anyway. It was just one of those requirements because if you got out and got a job, you had to know how to do both, especially if you was a girl. So I learned a little shorthand, and then I forgot everything that I learned because I never used it when I got out of school because I went into accounting, and accounting you don't use shorthand. Now I have my own form of shorthand that nobody else knows how to read, so there we go. Oh, I like that there. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, so there is another. Now, I'm not going to make the tags to go in this one. I think we're good. We could slide these in there. They would work. Oh yeah, those work. It's already got them made. Why not? Let's put this one back here. And they match well, so we'll just use those. All right, that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and we will come back later on and work on some more pockets and things for our journal. But I just wanted to show you these while it was fresh in my head. So if I don't show you when I first think about it, I forget it. So all right, guys, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.